Hey guys, and welcome to r/ChoosingBeggars. This video might be a little bit short, but that happens sometimes, not a big deal. Huge thank you to those who let me use their stories in this video. Without you, I would not be able to do this, and it is much appreciated. Anyway, let's get on with it. What do you mean you won't work for 50 cents an hour? I'm a part-time freelance graphic designer. I've been doing this for around a year or so at this point. I'm not at the point where I can quit my full-time traditional job, so I'm trying to build a portfolio and get connections. This story takes place around 6 months ago. I'm a verified member of a popular freelancing website where clients post job requirements and us freelancers submit proposals in the hopes of getting hired. Please note, this isn't the website Fiverr, where it is normal to offer ridiculous amounts of work for $5. I'm kicking myself that I don't have this story in screenshots. He blocked me. CB is choosing beggar and me is me. I log on one morning and see that a client is looking for someone to design around 5,000 t-shirt designs for a new merch store they were opening. I thought, great, a long-term contract, which would be great for me and my portfolio. I send in my proposal along with my hourly rate. $15, which is still too low for what I offer, but oh well, I needed the work. Within 5 minutes, he responded to me. CB, hey, your proposal sounds great, but this is a startup. I cannot afford your $15 hourly rate. Me, hey, your job description says you're looking for around 5,000 designs, so I can do you a bit of a deal for such a large project. How does $10 an hour sound? Below minimum wage when you convert it to euro, which is my currency. CB, nope, still can't afford that. Me, well, what can you afford? What's your budget and I can see if I can work something out. At this point, I really want the contract. Being the naive new freelancer I was prepared to drop my price as low as possible to get this contract. CB, how about $2 per design? They're not complicated designs, just simple wording and a bit of image work. I decide, screw it, I'll take the contract. It'll just be my side project. I stated to him that I will drop my price to that budget, but I will not stop taking other work in the meantime, so my turnaround will be 4 to 5 working days, and any design more than simple typography would be a separate charge. I also added that any image work would be royalty-free images or images that the client supplies. CB was fine with that and sent me the concept for the first design, which was a simple meow text for a mug. It took me 15 minutes and I submitted. CB, oh, can you add some image to this? I grab a royalty-free image of a cat and add it to the design. CB, can you not add an original cat design? Me, I can, but as discussed, that will be extra. Is this okay? CB, but you have original designs in your portfolio. Why can't you add something like this to my designs? Me, I could, but this was not in our original contract. CB, but it would look so good. Me, I charge hundreds of dollars for those designs as they take me hours and hours to create, which you said you couldn't afford. I stated previously that anything more than simple typography would subject to an extra charge. You said you were okay with this. CB, but I'm a startup. How can I afford that? Me, these designs I make are going to make you money. What are you going to charge for this mug? $15? If that mug sells even once a week for a year, that's $780, while I get $2 for hours of work? CB, but if you do lots of designs a week, you can make more money. Me, I freelance part-time as stated on my profile, which is around 10 to 20 hours a week. Each original artwork usually takes anywhere between 4 and 6 hours to do, which would mean I roughly would be able to do 4 or 5 designs a week for you. I would end each week with $8 to $12, which is the equivalent of 1 hour of minimum wage in my country. CB, but it'll be great exposure for you. Me, I'm sorry, I'm canceling this contract. You can keep the design. CB, F you, bitch. He then blocked me. The contract on the website was not valid as the minimum contract price is $5. That's how ridiculous this whole thing was. Now, some of you may question how I handled this situation. Hell, I question it too. It was a great learning experience. I now don't budge on my already low rate and have worked with some great clients since then. Ah, the old, but you'll get so much exposure line. When will people learn that, while exposure is nice, it's not going to pay your bills? But I'm glad they took this as a learning experience and now don't budge on their rate, because their time really is worth money and they should be getting what they deserve. You will hire a moving company for me. So, about a year ago, I started working as a store manager for a company that would send me around to different stores in the area to fix them up nice. I would go through paperwork and make sure everything was up to date, throw out trash, and take care of the expired products. I would put in work orders for damaged displays, so on and so forth. A few months ago, I met my match. This store was a mess. Paperwork and expired product aside, the previous store manager was also using the back room as a storage unit. Waffle makers, face paint, 90 CDs, a ton of things just stored in boxes in the back room. And we aren't talking a couple small boxes either. There were maybe 6 4-foot by 4-foot boxes and a bunch of smaller ones. There were managers between her and I, so those items had been sitting back there since May 2018, and it was now February 2019. I was focusing on the store and operations, and that's where my priorities were, but mostly because I had no way of contacting this woman and I was focused on the store and my job. One day, mid-February, I get a call from a woman. I answer the phone with the typical phone greeting. Me. Company in town, this is me. Lady. Hi, I'm sure you've heard all about me, but I was wrongly fired because boss man is crazy and sexist and hates women, and I was the best thing to happen to that store. I'm the reason it's still running, and more rantings and ravings about things I have no knowledge of. And Mike said you were cool, but I guess you're not, and I guess I'm going to have to sue you as well. So who should I serve the papers to? Me. I'm sorry, what? The only thing I've ever said to this woman is the above. Lady. I just want my belongings, and you're not going to give them to me, so who are you so I can serve you papers? Me. I'm sorry that all that happened to you, but we really don't need to go that far. I just took over the store, and I would love to help you come pick up your items. What day are you free to do so I can schedule double coverage and help you move things? Lady. Well, I only really need my waffle maker and my face paints right now, and I don't have a truck to come get them. Me. Okay, I'll call boss man and see what he says I can do. Lady. Fine, here's my number. After hanging up with her, I called boss man, and he gave me the go-ahead to hire her a U-Haul on the company's dime to help her out. He was being more than reasonable after the horrendous things she said about him. Just my opinion. For context, I've known boss man for years. He's a super nice man that will help anyone who asks. Yes, he's a little sharper on the edges, but it's just how he does his job. He was my boss previously, and that's how I got into this company that I'm working in now. After calling her back, I told her what boss man said, and she flipped out. Are you serious? I'm a single mother, and I sprained my wrist, and I can't unload a U-Haul truck by myself. You will hire a moving crew to come bring my items to me, and you will have them move my items carefully into my house. Me. I'm sorry, but I cannot do that. Boss man gave me the go-ahead to get you a U-Haul, and that's it. I'm more than happy to help you load it. Lady. I'm not giving boss man or you my address because you'll probably stalk me. Me. Kind of done at this point. Lady, I'm just trying to help you. I want your items gone as badly as you claim to want them, so this is me doing my best to make this work. But I can't help you if you don't meet me halfway. She said she was going to call the police and hung up. Afterwards, she kept calling my store, saying she was coming to get her items and then just wouldn't show up. And she kept threatening to get the police involved, but never did. Finally, I had enough and I called the authorities just to ask them what I should do. The last thing I want is to do the wrong thing or irritate the wrong person, so I just wanted to make sure I was thorough. They told me to give her 30 days to come get her items, and if she didn't, they were to be discarded. They told me to get it in writing, and I mentioned lady won't give me her address. They said I could text or email it to her, and that would work fine. I texted it to her because that's the only method I had to contact her. Hello, lady. I just got off the phone with boss man and the police department, and they said I can legally give you a 30-day notice to come pick up your things. If you don't, then they will be discarded. So this is your 30-day notice to come claim your items before I discard them. I even gave her a halfway notice when I hadn't heard from her in a while. Hello, just a reminder that you have 14 days left to pick up your things before they're discarded. I was eating a burrito with my boyfriend at 9:30 p.m. and I get a text. Lady, someone will pick up my things tomorrow at around 2. Have all the boxes ready at the front of the store. Thanks. Me, I understand what you're saying, but I don't feel comfortable leaving your belongings outside. I will bring them down the stairs for you so they are easily accessible when you walk through the door, and I will have double coverage so I can help you load stuff into the vehicle. Lady, I'm sure you've already heard about how Sally has been stalking me for over a year. I won't come into the store because she has a gun. Leave my things outside so the movers can get them. Sally is a store manager at another location. Me, Sally no longer works here, so I can guarantee you that that is not an issue if it once was. I honestly do not know what happened between you and others, but I don't want to be held liable if something from your belongings gets taken by someone else. So to cover my own butt, I will bring them down the stairs when I get to work tomorrow, and I will help bring them outside when the movers get there, but I will not just leave your items outside the store all day. Lady, my special needs kiddo is going to be helping tomorrow with all his schoolmates. Please just dump my things on the sidewalk. Me, I'm sorry, but I'm not leaving your items outside. I will bring them down the stairs and you can come in and get them, or they will be forfeited on the previously discussed day. Lady, I cannot allow that to happen unless we all know that Sally is truly gone. I'm not sending people into that store if they're going to get shot at. Inside my head, you're afraid of being shot and you're still bringing your child. Me, well, I work there every day and I have yet to get shot at. If you feel too threatened to walk into the store, you can call the police station and request an officer to be present. Otherwise, that's how things are going. Lady, are you actually acting like the Sally thing didn't happen? I worked there for 4 years and had way worse things happen to me than being shot at. Let's make this really easy. Is Sally still working at company? You should pack everything into normal-sized boxes so I can fit them into my car before Sally kills all of us. Me, it's okay. I'm going to ask for an officer to be present anyway, just for both of us to be put at ease a bit. Lady, is Sally still working for company? Just want to make sure the police know who they should be looking out for. Me, I will fill them in on the whole situation. Lady, so you knowingly lied about Sally's employment, even though you know a special needs child will be there tomorrow? Me, I did not. I told you, Sally doesn't work at my store anymore. I will make the police aware of what is going on in great detail, from my side and my side only, and that is it. After she just kept saying, you lied about Sally, and I just stopped responding. I texted her at 1 p.m. asking for a heads up when she was on the way, and she didn't respond. I was scheduled to leave at 3 to keep from going into overtime, and 2:30 rolls around and still nothing. I text her at 3 telling her I'm leaving for the day and if she decides to come get her items, to give me a 24-hour notice so I can ask for an officer to be present. She then freaked out. Lady, the moving company just got here and they're already paid for. You're going to make me lose hundreds of dollars when you agreed to let me pick my things up today. I just told her to come get her things and I'll stay late. I called for an officer to be present and I showed him the messages while we were waiting for her to show up. Lady walks in without seeing all the boxes and goes, "That's not all of it. You stole my vacuum and art supplies," and turns to the officer. She texted me saying she would put all the boxes out front and didn't, just so you know that she's a pathological liar. Me, I have hardwood floors and no artistic talent, so no, I did not. Also, he read all the messages. Silence, just starts loading boxes. Officer, okay, you make a list of all the things that aren't here and we will look for them later. There's so much more to this, but it's exhausting me just talking about it. Turns out this lady made a hate page for the company and full-on slanders poor Sally online when all Sally ever did was work for her. Anyway, I'm not really 100% certain where this goes in the Reddit world, but I thought maybe this was accurate. It's a little bit of everything, and if anyone wants to know the rest of the details, I'm more than happy to give them. Wouldn't it be funny if Sally really was this horrible, dangerous person and this woman was just trying to warn everybody out of the kindness of her heart? Not funny haha, but like, you know what I mean. But really, the person who posted this has the patience of a saint. Can you imagine dealing with this situation? 'Cause I can't. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you've not done that already, and I will see you next time.